for them when they win. I criticize them when they're messing up in an effort to make sure that you don't do it again. I'm not wishing anybody to fail, but I have to call it how I see it because I have an audience to answer to. These players, I don't get paid to talk.
LeBron James is caught up in a massive investigation, and the sports world can't believe what's happening. FBI agents stormed his homes in Los Angeles and Ohio, uncovering a case that stretches way beyond basketball. The operation, dramatically named Operation Nothing But Bet, has completely taken over the headlines, shaking fans and players alike. What started as a quiet investigation into insider betting inside the NBA has exploded into one of the biggest scandals the league has ever seen. Investigators are digging through suspicious money trails, strange wire transfers, secret messages, and even leaked medical info. And somehow, every lead keeps circling back to the man everyone once thought was untouchable.
Individuals such as Chauncey Billups, Damon Jones, and Terry Rozier were taken into custody today. Former, current NBA players and coaches. What you don't know is that this is an illegal gambling operation and sports rigging operation that spanned the course of years. The FBI led a coordinated takedown across 11 states to arrest over 30 individuals today responsible.
But the real turning point came when LeBron's close friend and former teammate, Damon Jones, got officially indicted. That shocking twist flipped the entire story upside down and made everyone wonder, what's really going on behind the scenes? Court documents dropped a bombshell. Damon Jones had been secretly leaking inside injury info before major Lakers matchups. Reports say he tipped people off ahead of games like the one against the Bucks in February 2023 and another against the Thunder in January 2024. In one shocking text, prosecutors claim Jones told someone to get a big bet on Milwaukee tonight. Just hours later, LeBron mysteriously sat out with an ankle issue, and the Bucks crushed the Lakers with ease. What first looked like a simple betting case against Jones suddenly blew wide open when FBI agents started showing up at LeBron's homes.
First indictment involves 6 defendants. This scheme is an insider sports betting conspiracy that exploited confidential information about National Basketball Association athletes and teams.
Teams of agents reportedly seized phones, laptops, and stacks of financial files, digging for any link between Jones's underground betting crew and a top player's money network. And that player, investigators say, could be LeBron himself. Officials haven't filed charges against him yet, but fans are losing it online, wondering if he's truly just a witness or something more. The first wave of indictments already hit 6 defendants tied to what prosecutors describe as a massive insider sports betting conspiracy. This operation allegedly exploited confidential NBA injury data to cash in on games before the public even knew who was playing.
Father, great husband, great philanthropist, great businessman, great director, great producer, great host, great basketball player, great leader. I mean, my God, I have done everything but put diapers and a bib on this brother. But it ain't enough, because one thing matters to him and one thing only, and that's him being recognized as the greatest of all times. Well, you're not. In my
court records show that Jones's pattern was consistent, selling injury details right before key Lakers games, including that February clash with the Bucks and the January showdown with the Thunder. Prosecutors even showed proof of that now infamous text where Jones told someone to bet big on Milwaukee tonight. Then, just like that, LeBron was scratched from the lineup and the Bucks took an easy win. That's when the feds shifted their attention straight toward LeBron, turning what started as a shady side hustle into a full-blown national scandal, shaking the entire NBA to its core. FBI agents reportedly raided both of LeBron's homes, one in LA and the other in Ohio, snatching up phones, laptops, and stacks of financial records while hunting for any tie between Damon Jones's secret betting ring and a superstar's money trail. That superstar being LeBron himself.
More breaking news this morning. 2 big names in the NBA among more than 30 people arrested in connection with federal investigation into sports betting and illegal gambling.
No official charges yet, but the whispers out there say he might be way more than just a bystander in this growing mess. Here's where the story takes a wild turn. The NBA keeps insisting LeBron had no clue about Jones's shady side business. League sources even told The Athletic that their friendship was strictly personal. But then, the FBI's latest files flipped that whole narrative on its head. Federal investigators weren't just watching Jones anymore. They were tracing his messages straight to LeBron. And then came the jaw dropper. A brand new name showed up on one of those search warrants, LeBron James. That move had everyone asking the same thing. If he's truly innocent, why are agents taking files straight from his homes? The warrants even referenced coordination of privileged information, a term usually reserved for serious conspiracy cases. And here's the kicker. The suspicious Bucks game went down just 2 days after LeBron made history by breaking Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's all-time scoring record. He sat out right after that huge celebration, the same night Jones allegedly sold his inside betting tip.
Not only did we crack into the fraud that these perpetrators committed on the grand stage of the NBA, but we also entered and executed a system of justice against La Casa Nostra, to include the Bonanno, Gambino, Genovese, and Luce.
Intentional or not, that timing looks way too perfect, and fans everywhere are saying the same thing. This can't just be a coincidence. You just can't ignore how perfectly timed all this chaos seems to be. The NBA is already drowning in an integrity crisis, with big names like Chauncey Billups and Miami's Terry Rozier also getting caught up under the same federal sting. Operation Nothing But Bet. But now, every camera and headline is laser focused on LeBron. When footage surfaced showing FBI vehicles lined up outside his Brentwood mansion, the internet exploded. Some tried to brush it off as fallout from Damon Jones's mess, but legal experts weren't buying it for a second. They pointed out, the FBI doesn't raid a witness's house unless they expect to find something major. LeBron's camp has stayed tight-lipped, only releasing a short statement saying they're fully cooperating. But insiders claim that's just polite talk for negotiations still happening behind the scenes. Sources even say agents took encrypted tablets, phones, and digital files connected to his team, possibly packed with flight logs, internal schedules, and correspondence going all the way back to 2022. That's around the same time Jones started hanging around the Lakers' inner circle.
Interestingly, we haven't seen the indictments yet. There's been some time lag. I suppose it will take some time to go through all the forensic, evidence.
Now the whispers are getting louder. This betting scandal might only be the surface layer. Investigators are reportedly digging into possible links connecting Jones, Hollywood insiders, and members of LeBron's wider network. And one analyst didn't hold back, saying straight up that Operation Nothing But BET isn't just about gambling. It's about uncovering potential money laundering across sports and entertainment. With sponsorships, charity events, and endorsement cash all floating around, there's plenty of room for suspicious transfers to hide in plain sight. If any of those money trails trace back to Jones or anyone close to LeBron, the public fallout could be absolutely explosive. LeBron's trying hard to keep things looking normal. He's been spotted courtside in LA, rocking a floral cardigan and flashing that calm smile like nothing's wrong. But insiders are saying the pressure behind the scenes is crushing him. He's quietly canceled interviews, limited his travel, and gone silent while the Lakers and the entire sports world wait for answers. For now, one of basketball's biggest legends is standing right in the middle of a full-blown federal storm.
Same kind of extortion that we heard when Cassie took the stand and testified on that airplane ride back from France. Diddy said, "You don't do a freak-off, I'm going to release one of the freak-off videos that you are profiled in and humiliate."
But just as the public demands answers about the money, the bets, and those mysterious messages, investigators have reportedly shifted their focus to something way darker. They're now digging into LeBron's alleged private connection with a man who's already behind bars for hosting those notorious high-profile freak-off gatherings, and that's where the story takes a seriously chilling twist. The investigation, the rumors, the narrative, it all suddenly gets way more complicated. Sources say when the FBI searched LeBron's homes, gambling wasn't the only thing on their radar. Agents were mapping his social circle.
That he has with others, and just because no one else has been charged, which normally in a RICO case you would have others charged. It was a statute that designed to get mob bosses, trying to get at criminal behavior that's like a web of criminal behavior that you can't necessarily prove, like the one thing or the statute of limitations expired on the other thing, but you're just showing this bad guy who's operating what's clearly an enterprise that over and over engages in criminal problems.
Tracing who's who in his inner network, and that digital trail led them straight into the entertainment world. What started as a clean-cut betting probe has now spilled into celebrity events, secret financial movements, and even exclusive guest lists. One powerful music mogul, recently sentenced to over 4 years in prison for shady business dealings, has now popped up in the same orbit, and that connection might be the key to unlocking how deep this whole operation really goes. That music mogul's empire had already crashed to the ground, and now one of basketball's biggest icons was suddenly being tied to that same dark circle almost overnight. An old clip resurfaced online showing LeBron laughing beside the mogul during an Instagram live saying, "Ain't no party like his party." It looked harmless back then, just another fun moment, but now that same clip is being replayed like it's evidence. Viewers have slowed down every second of that video, dissecting his voice, his grin, even his body language, trying to figure out if there was more hiding behind that simple line. LeBron hasn't been charged with anything, but insiders say his name popped up during conversations about guest lists tied to those now infamous private gatherings, events that, according to federal testimony, were far darker than the glamorous social scenes fans once saw online. LeBron's legal team is keeping completely silent, and the Lakers aren't saying a word either, but that quiet is only making the rumors explode louder. Around the same time, agents raided his homes, prosecutors widened Operation Nothing But BET, pulling in detailed financial records linked to the music mogul's business empire. Internal memos reportedly mentioned cross-referenced ledgers, suggesting that some of the same people handling Jones's betting cash may have also managed payments from the mogul's entertainment accounts. That's when investigators spotted something major: the overlap between the money flow and the guest lists. Behind the curtain, publicists are panicking, sponsors are freezing deals, and damage control teams are working overtime. Two major brands have already hit pause on LeBron-related campaigns, while the NBA's top insiders whisper the same question that's shaking the whole league. What did LeBron really know about those private parties? Whispers are spreading fast from people once deep inside the music mogul's inner circle. A former event promoter is now claiming that LeBron's name appeared in private guest coordination messages going all the way back to 2018. Those files haven't been made public yet, but another insider says FBI analysts uncovered contact logs on C's phones belonging to the mogul's security team, logs that allegedly mention several top athletes by name. None of this has been confirmed, but online sleuths are running wild, piecing together screenshots, messages, and random details into massive theories that are flooding social media. Sources close to the investigation say several text threads pulled from the raid at LeBron's mansion are currently under review, messages that could be tied to secret high-profile events in both Los Angeles and Miami. Some of those texts even contained encrypted chats reportedly linked to the mogul's own management crew.
Them when they win, I criticize them when they're messing up in an effort to make sure that you don't do it again. I'm not wishing anybody to fail, but I have to call it how I see it, because I have an audience to answer to. These players, I don't get paid to talk.
Whether those conversations were strictly business or something more personal still isn't clear. But in this atmosphere, even silence sounds suspicious. Every move, every post, every word from LeBron is now being studied like it's a clue. LeBron has always been known for his fierce loyalty. He never forgets the people who rose with him from Akron to the global stage. That loyalty built a tight crew that stayed by his side through every city, every season, every headline. But now, investigators say that same loyalty, the trust that once defined his success, might be the very thing putting him at risk. Sources close to the team say some of LeBron's longtime friends, guys with no official team roles, were often spotted hanging around practices or traveling with the Lakers, blurring the line between his personal crew and his professional circle. Those blurred boundaries became routine, insiders say. Whenever staff questioned who was allowed in certain restricted areas, the answer was always the same. If LeBron wanted them there, they stayed. It matched his image perfectly. The loyal, self-made star who never forgot the people who helped him climb from Akron to the top of the game. But now, with Operation Nothing But BT unraveling, investigators are reportedly taking a closer look at that loyalty itself. They're asking whether LeBron's trust in longtime friends like Damon Jones or certain entertainment connections could have accidentally opened the door for private information to leak outside team walls.
Now for some of the biggest trending stories you'll want to know today. Sports legend. People call him the GOAT, LeBron James, taking an excused absence from the basketball season. This, as resurfaced video, is being examined.
Former teammates admit they'd quietly warned him for years about the company he kept, especially around people with messy financial reputations. LeBron always listened, but rarely acted. For him, loyalty wasn't just a personality trait, it was a code. And now that same code might have blinded him to the people who were using his trust for their own gain. Psychologists have even weighed in, saying fame at LeBron's level can blur the line between friendship and dependence. The same people meant to protect a star often end up exposing them instead. Experts point out that under constant spotlight pressure, celebrities tend to build tight inner circles where criticism fades and loyalty reigns above all else. And that kind of setup can be both powerful and dangerous. In LeBron's world, trust is everything until the moment it cracks. The FBI's deep dive into his communication logs shows just how fragile that once tight inner circle may have become. Investigators now believe loyalty itself might be the missing piece connecting the entire puzzle. The betting ring, the entertainment money, and the powerful social web that pulled LeBron closer to the mogul's shadowy world. For those close to the case, this isn't just about greed, it's about a man whose unshakable devotion to his circle might have kept him from ever setting real boundaries. That same loyalty, magnified by global fame, could now be the very reason federal agents are digging into his most private exchanges. The whole story has shifted from sports to secrecy. For years, LeBron James stood as the image of control, discipline, and power, someone untouchable, above the chaos. But that flawless image is showing cracks now. Analysts are saying his sudden withdrawal from major charity galas and sponsorship events screams damage control. One high-profile PR expert in LA didn't sugarcoat it, saying, when a spotless brand like LeBron's goes silent, it means the lawyers are the only ones talking. Meanwhile, conspiracy chatter is exploding across social media. Online threads are trying to link Operation Nothing But BET to the mogul's criminal case through a web of hidden bank accounts, shell companies, and fundraisers disguised as glitzy luxury parties. Investigators haven't confirmed any of it, but every time a new file gets unsealed, the theories spread faster. Fans are now comparing flight logs, old photos, and event dates, desperately connecting dots that might show how deep this rabbit hole really goes. LeBron was reportedly spotted in the same cities where those secret events went down, and through it all, he stayed completely silent. No press talks, no social media posts, nothing. What once looked like calm confidence now feels carefully calculated, and every unanswered question just makes the noise around him even louder. For years, LeBron James built an empire built on precision and perfection. Every move was planned, every image managed, from massive endorsement deals and bold activism to blockbuster movies and his picture-perfect family brand. He created the ultimate blueprint for modern celebrity success. But now, that empire is shaking under the weight of federal subpoenas, leaked files, and dark whispers from the fallen entertainment circle once connected to his name. People are asking, was his legendary loyalty pushed too far? Or are we seeing the early signs of a cover-up that could blow everything wide open? The truth hasn't come out yet, but when it does, it might completely change how we see fame, loyalty, and power in the world of sports and entertainment. So tell me, what do you think really happened behind the scenes here? Do you believe LeBron's silence is a smart strategy, or is he hiding something bigger? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear what you think about this wild situation. And hey, if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to hit that like button, share this video, and subscribe for more untold stories from the world of fame and hoops. See you in the next one.